when particles started appearing from nothing. It began with an impossible observation, one that seemed to violate common sense so completely that it was dismissed as absurd before it was taken seriously. Particles were appearing where nothing existed, not hidden, not unseen, but genuinely absent moments before. To understand how physics arrived at this disturbing conclusion, we must revisit what nothing was once believed to mean. In classical thinking, empty space was inert, a passive void where matter could move but never emerge. Remove all particles, remove all radiation, and you were left with absolute emptiness. No energy, no activity, no events. Nothing meant nothing. This assumption felt so obvious that it went unquestioned. Physics focused on objects and forces. Space itself was treated as a backdrop, not a participant. Events happen in space, but space did not do anything on its own. Creation required cause. Matter required source. Nothing could not produce something. That belief quietly collapsed as quantum theory matured. Experiments probing empty regions began detecting effects with no classical explanation. Energy fluctuations appeared without warning. Pairs of particles briefly emerged, interacted, and vanished again. The vacuum behaved like a restless surface rather than a silent void. At first, these appearances were treated as mathematical artifacts, temporary bookkeeping devices, convenient terms that would cancel out in final calculations. No one believed particles were truly appearing from nothing. The language was assumed to be symbolic, but the effects refused to remain abstract. They influenced measurable outcomes. They shifted energy levels. They altered forces. They produced observable pressure. Empty space was doing work. Quantum fields offer the explanation. According to the new framework, space was never empty. Fields existed everywhere, even in the absence of particles. And those fields could not remain perfectly still. Uncertainty demanded fluctuation. Energy could not be pinned to zero. The vacuum was alive with activity. These fluctuations allowed something unprecedented. Particle, antiparticle pairs could emerge spontaneously, not permanently, not freely, but briefly, within strict limits enforced by quantum law. They borrowed existence and repaid it quickly. Nothing was no longer silent. It was temporary permission. This idea overturned centuries of intuition. Creation no longer required intention. Existence no longer required substance. Particles could appear without cause, as long as they disappeared fast enough. Reality itself allowed exceptions, carefully regulated by uncertainty. What began as a theoretical inconvenience became a new foundation. The vacuum was not empty. It was unstable. And once physics accepted that, a far more unsettling question emerged. If particles can appear from nothing, what else might the universe allow to emerge uninvited? Once physicists accepted that particles could briefly appear from empty space, the idea of nothing collapsed into something far stranger and far more active than intuition could tolerate. The vacuum was no longer a background. It became a restless arena where events occurred constantly, even when no classical cause could be identified. Empty space was not calm. It was constrained turbulence. These particle appearances were not random miracles. They followed strict quantum rules. Pairs always emerged together. One particle, one antiparticle. Perfect opposites balancing charge, momentum, and energy. They appeared as twins and vanished as twins, leaving no permanent trace behind. The universe allowed them only because the books balanced. This balance was enforced by uncertainty itself. Energy could fluctuate briefly, but only within narrow time limits. The shorter the appearance, the larger the allowed energy. Reality permitted debt, but demanded rapid repayment. Nothing could persist without cost. Even spontaneity obeyed accounting. At first, this felt like mathematical storytelling, rather than physical truth. Physicists spoke carefully. Virtual particles, temporary fluctuations, useful concepts, not real objects. But the universe disagreed with that caution. These fleeting particles produced real, measurable consequences. They altered how forces behaved. They modified electric charge. They changed how light propagated. They pushed metal plates together through vacuum pressure. Effects accumulated from events no one could directly observe. The invisible became influential. This forced a redefinition of reality itself. Existence no longer meant persistence. Something could exist briefly and still matter. Duration stopped being the measure of importance. Influence replaced permanence. The universe counted interactions, not lifetimes. The vacuum became a seething layer of potential. Not chaos, not creation, but constant negotiation. Fields fluctuated. Possibilities rose and collapsed. Structure emerged statistically from instability. Nothing behaved like a constrained process rather than absence. This reframed causality. Particles did not appear because something caused them. They appeared because nothing forbade them. The laws of physics were no longer just prohibitions. They were permissions. Reality allowed what it could tolerate. As this understanding spread, it became impossible to maintain the old definition of nothing. Empty space was active. It responded to boundaries. It responded to fields. It responded to observation. The vacuum was no longer empty. It was conditional. And with that shift came an even deeper tension. If the vacuum can produce particles temporarily, then the distinction between existence and non-existence becomes blurred. Something can exist without lasting. Something can influence without remaining. The universe was no longer built from objects alone. It was built from allowed events. That realization opened a dangerous door. If nothing is unstable, then creation is not exceptional. It is regulated. And once regulation replaces impossibility, physics must ask how far that permission can go. This is where the story turns unsettling, because once particles could emerge from nothing, physics was forced to confront how thin the boundary between existence and non-existence truly was. The vacuum stopped being a safe baseline. It became a volatile state balanced delicately by rules that could not be broken, yet could be pushed. And that balance carried consequences far beyond fleeting particles. Under extreme conditions, these fluctuations refused to remain temporary. Near intense fields, near massive objects, or near violent acceleration, borrowed particles could become real. They no longer vanished. They stayed. Energy supplied by gravity or motion paid the debt. What had been virtual crossed into permanence. Black holes made this unavoidable. Near their event horizons, space-time itself was distorted so severely that particle pairs could be torn apart. One particle fell inward, the other escaped. Energy was stolen from gravity itself. The vacuum produced real matter. Nothing became something permanently. This was not theoretical elegance. It was unavoidable math. Black holes were not perfectly black. They radiated. They lost mass. They evaporated. And that evaporation came directly from vacuum fluctuations being promoted into reality. Creation without intention. Existence without cause. This shattered the idea that nothing was neutral. Empty space could become productive under the right conditions. It could generate particles. It could generate radiation. It could shape cosmic evolution. The vacuum was no longer passive. It was powerful. The same logic applied to the early universe. During rapid expansion, quantum fluctuations were stretched and frozen. Tiny variations became permanent. Those variations seeded galaxies, stars, structure itself. Everything large traced back to fluctuations in nothing. This meant the universe's biggest features came from its emptiest state. Creation was not a special event. It was a consequence of instability. Nothing, when pushed far enough, produced everything. This realization deeply unsettled causality. There was no initial push in the classical sense. No spark, no trigger. Just rules allowing fluctuations to grow. The universe did not need a cause in the human sense. It needed permission. Physics began to speak differently. Not of creation from nothing, but of emergence from instability. Existence was not imposed. It was allowed. And once allowed, it propagated. This reframed the origin of structure itself. The universe was not assembled deliberately. It unfolded from imbalance. From unavoidable fluctuations amplified by expansion. Nothing was never truly empty. It was always pregnant with possibility. Standing at this point, physics faced a final, sobering realization. If nothing can create something under the right conditions, then stability is temporary. Existence depends on balance. And the vacuum, once ignored, is one of the most powerful actors in the universe. The climax of the story is not the appearance of particles, but the realization of what their appearance truly means for reality itself. Because once nothing was shown to be unstable, the universe lost its most comforting assumption. There's no absolute emptiness. There's no final silence. There's only the lowest activity the rules will tolerate. Particles appearing from nothing do not violate physics. They reveal it. They show that existence is not a special privilege granted once. It is a process that is constantly negotiated. The universe allows events to happen when balance permits them, and forbids them only when it must. This changes how creation is understood. Something does not need a dramatic cause. It needs opportunity. If conditions allow energy to fluctuate, if rules permit imbalance to persist, then existence follows naturally. Creation becomes ordinary. Constraint becomes the true miracle. The vacuum is no longer a void. It is a field of tension, alive with possibilities that may never fully settle. Most fluctuations vanish instantly. Some survive briefly. A few, under extreme conditions, remain. Reality selects, not designs. This perspective reshapes the meaning of nothingness. Nothing is not absence. It is potential restrained by law, a background that cannot fully relax, a system that never quite reaches rest. The universe hums even in its quietest state. Understanding this does not make existence feel fragile. It makes it precious. What persists does so against constant fluctuation. What remains does so because balance holds. Structure survives because most possibilities fail. Stability is earned moment by moment. The universe is not built on solid ground. It is balanced on permission. Everything that exists does so because nothing was not forbidden from becoming something. Reality is not imposed. It is allowed. When particles started appearing from nothing, physics did not lose control. It gained honesty. The universe revealed that existence is not guaranteed, but continuously renegotiated. And once you understand that, the line between nothing and everything is no longer a boundary. It is a process. When